We're getting you the latest updates from the Karnataka High Court, which is resuming the hearing on the hijab face-off. The latest update we can tell you is that the bench has now assembled. So in seconds from now, expect updates, live updates that we'll be getting you here on India Today. The hearing has now begun before a 3-judge bench, and we'll be tracking all the observations that play out. Remember, yesterday during the hearing, the judge had recommended that this be given to a larger bench, which is why now a 3-judge bench is hearing this matter. Will we finally see the end to this unending hijab war? The Karnataka High Court could give its order today. It could perhaps also ensure that the hearing is pushed to tomorrow based on the kind of arguments that are made. We'll be getting you the latest updates that come in from the court. At this point, what I can tell you is that senior advocate Sanjay Hegde is appearing for the students. You've got Devdutt Kamath also appearing for the Kundapura students. Remember that there are a number of students who filed petitions in this matter. So a number of advocates who are representing different petitioners, but all with the same message, that allow these students to wear hijabs inside their schools and colleges. Nolan Pinto is joining us live from Bengaluru. Nolan, any update that you're picking up right now from the court?
Well, Akshita, the bench has now assembled. That was at 2:30 it was supposed to actually start. We have to actually wait now because the information we are getting is that we have to see whether the Chief Justice of the Karnataka High Court, what he says, will he actually ask the senior advocates representing both the petitioners over here, both, that is, you're talking about Advocate Sanjay Hegde and also Devdutt Kamath, whether they'll be allowed to actually speak as of now, come out with their arguments or make an opening statement, and whether the Advocate General also will be allowed to do the same. So we just have to wait in the next few odd minutes. We'll know how the proceedings actually will take a turn.
Okay, we're getting in the live updates right now of the hearing. The bench, as Nolan has mentioned, has assembled. So the hearing has officially begun. You've got a number of very senior advocates right now part of that hearing. Sanjay Hegde is there. He's appearing for the students from Udupi. Remember, Sanjay Hegde yesterday during that hearing also pointed out how he's from Udupi, how he studied at the Mahatma Gandhi Memorial College, which has been rocked by protests on Tuesday. Devdutt Kamath is appearing right now for the Kundapura students, which is where this entire showdown actually kicked off when students wearing the hijab weren't allowed inside. So both of these very senior advocates are part of this hearing. It's a 3-judge bench that's hearing this matter. Nolan, keep letting us know at this point when you get updates. I want to, for the meanwhile, take it across to Nabila as well. Nabila, break down for us the petitions that have been filed, because we understand there are different groups of protests across Karnataka who forwarded their petitions to the Karnataka High Court.
Akshita, if you could repeat your question, please.
If you could break down for us, Nabila, the students and which batch of students have really filed this petition in the Karnataka High Court, because there are in fact a number of students who approach with different petitions on this issue.
Right. Here we're looking at the 6 primary petitioners. I told you a total of 18 petitioners, Akshita. I'm going to give you a little insight on the 6 petitioners. All 6 of them come from the Udupi Government PU College. In fact, all of them are PU students, 12th standard students. They claim in that petition that they've been wearing the hijab for years. It's part of their religious practice, and is also their fundamental right, etc. And that they're being discriminated by these institutions religiously. They're saying they're facing religious discrimination inside a government institution. That's what they've detailed in that petition. And those 6 girls, in fact, are the ones who are studying in this particular government PU college in the 12th grade. So these are the girls who are spearheading and championing this cause, which will now be almost like a landmark judgment if at all this comes up. I would also like to remind our viewers, Akshita, here that there's a lot of reference that people have been making about the Kerala court's judgment, the Bombay court's judgment. Now, the Kerala court's judgment came based on a petition that asked for hijab to be allowed inside.
Nabila, my apologies for interrupting you. I just want to get the live updates that are coming in right now from the court. Advocate Sanjay Hegde has again said that the question of essential religious practices necessarily arise, but there's also a principle that if a matter can be decided on statutory principles other than constitutional grounds, it be disposed on the basis of statutory principles. You had the High Court, the Chief Justice, who is part of this bench, asking if the state has filed a response and also saying, give us brief facts of the case to Sanjay Hegde when he put forth that argument. Now, soon after that, the Chief Justice said direction is sought to attend classes with headscarf without bias and discrimination. Is that what the petitioner wants? Sanjay Hegde replies yes. The CJ then questions, has the state filed a response? State has filed a response on the law, is the response again that comes in from senior advocate Sanjay Hegde. And then based on what Hegde says, he goes over some of the brief facts of the case and he says, it appears to me that it was a small thing within a college which probably due to lack of timely administration was allowed to go out of control. That is the comment, Nolan, that's come in from Sanjay Hegde, who's pointed out that the students were wearing their uniform. They were wearing a headscarf along with the uniform.
Very true. In fact, the Chief Justice now says that we need to understand what are the questions involved and then only we can decide. First, give us brief facts. Now, this is what many assume, that the Chief Justice will want to be briefed by both sides, the petitioner's advocate as well as the Advocate General. And as of now, Advocate Hegde says students were wearing headscarf along with uniform. But this will be actually disproved as of now by the Advocate General and the others, because according to the petitioners representing the government as well as the CDC, that's the College Development Committee, they say that all along students were not wearing. In fact, the new update from Advocate Hegde says it appears on my reading of facts that it was a small thing within college that is without timely administration's intervention has been allowed to go beyond control. So as of now, they are actually blaming the college, stating that it could have been managed over there, but since they didn't do their work properly, it went for a toss. And he's also saying that petitioners are students of the government PU college and are wearing their regular headscarf over the uniform. Respondents, teachers, principals insisted that they remove their headscarf. Now, Nabila also spoke to some of the committee members over there who earlier told her that they've actually had this rule in force, and it was only towards the end of December 31st to be more precise, that the students came there, 6 to 8 of them, stating that as of now they want to wear their headscarf or their hijab, and then the college authorities stated that if you want to enter classes, you won't be allowed to wear a headscarf and enter.
Okay, so that's Sanjay Hegde, who's currently arguing right now, senior advocate representing one group of petitioners from Udupi. He has highlighted, and this is because the Chief Justice of the Karnataka High Court asked him to give brief facts of the case, which is what he's saying. And in fact, interestingly, he's saying that since December 2021, petitioners have faced discrimination in their classes. They were made to stand out of the class, and it continues. The petitioners have said that headscarf is part of their religious and cultural